Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I'm super excited because I'm going to be doing my first video in my multi-palette bingo series. Now I just want you guys to know that I'm going to be randomly picking the palettes in this series. I am not going to be randomly picking the shades. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to have leeway with the shade colors and kind of play with whatever shades I want to create the most cohesive look. I'm also doing this because I want to get more use out of the palettes in my collection. Now, in order to pick these out, I have them all of my palettes listed on here. So I have all 67 palettes written down here so that I don't have to like randomly go count all my palettes and figure out which ones are which. They're all written on here with a number, everything. So we are going to use this list and a random generator to pick the palettes that I'm going to use. I'm only going to pick 2 palettes. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. Maybe as time goes on, I might get a little braver and pick like 4 palettes or something crazy like that, but not right now. Okay, as you can see, I put 1 to 67 there, and now we're going to generate. Number 53 is our first palette, and that's going to be the Juvia's Place Afrique palette. That's pretty exciting. And then number 32 is our next palette. Which one? And that's the Blush Tribe Hasina 2. This is going to be fun to create 2 looks with those palettes. So really quick, I'm going to go grab those palettes and I will be right back and I will swatch what shades I'm going to be using. Okay, so I am back with those palettes again, the Afrique by Juvia's Place, and this is what that palette looks like right there. I love the colors in this. I can't wait to decide what I'm going to do. And then the Hasina 2 palette here by Blush Tribe, and that is what, I don't know why I keep flipping these upside down, but that is what that palette looks like right there. So I want to go ahead and swatch kind of the shades that I want to use, and I kind of have an idea. So my goal is to use at least 2 shades from each palette. I can use more from each palette, but I have to at least use 2. So I think the shades that I want to use, I kind of want to go, so I think I'm going to use the blue shade here, Côte d'Ivory. I know it's French and I butcher French like no other, so that shade. And then I also want to use the Angelique shade here. I think that's going to be my shimmer. I might pick more than one, but those are the 2 that I think. These are the 2 these are the 2 shades from the Afrique palette that I want to go ahead and use for my look. And then in the Hasina 2, I'm going to go into, I'm trying to decide if I want to use the light blue and the black or the light blue and the purple, but I think I'm going to pick 3 shades from this palette. I'm going to go into Mohan, which is that purple shade, Anika, which is the blue, and this one is so really soft, and then Ash, which is the black shade. So we have Mohan, Anika, and Ash. And now looking at that, I think I want to go back into the Afrique palette and pick one more shimmer. Let's see what I want to pick. I think I'm gonna go into Cotonou, and that is kind of a purpley shimmer. I put it right at the top there. So that is the color story I am going to be working with. I'm super excited to kind of play and do kind of a bluey, black, purpley look. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get right into the look. Okay, so I did go ahead and step off of camera to put my eyeshadow primer on. I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. I have been loving it lately, which is kind of weird and crazy. I also wanted to apologize because you are probably going to hear laundry being done, possibly people shouting at the TV. There is a football game going on, So yeah, I apologize if any of that happens while I'm filming this. I don't really have any other time to do this, so we're just gonna go with it and see how it goes. The first palette I'm gonna go ahead and go into is the Hasina 2, and I am going to take the Anika shade here, and I'm going to pack that on my lid and then slowly blend it out. And I am just taking this on kind of a fluffy brush. You don't have to, in order to kind of create the look I'm creating, don't feel like you have to own these palettes. I'm sure you have some blues and different things in your collection. I am just using what I have and just kind of creating a look out of it. So don't take, like, if you guys see a look that you really like and you want to recreate it, don't feel that you have to have those exact items to recreate a look, because you really don't. Because if you're like me or any other makeup lover, you probably have like 9,000 palettes. So just keep that in mind as we're doing this. And I'm just kind of packing that on and building it up, and then I will go out and start doing small circles to kind of blend everything out. We'll do the same thing to this eye here. It's funny, I was watching, or not watching, I was reading on Annette's community tab, and how people like somehow like assume that she got different quality palettes than they have, and I thought that was interesting. I'm like, it's funny because I have a lot of similar palettes to Annette, and the way, and I've learned a lot from kind of watching her and kind of watching a lot of other people here, including, you know, other YouTube friends and things. And I think the thing you have to remember with colorful eyeshadows is that if you go on and you pack it on and then you blend it out, you're going to have a much more saturated color than if you went on and just kind of blended. I used to do the go on and just kind of blend it out. Like if you watch way older videos of mine, it's a completely different kind of technique. But if you go in, pack it on, and then blend it, you're gonna have a much more kind of saturated color, as well as the depth that you want of that color, if that makes sense. So don't feel like, oh, this isn't working. It's a technique thing. It's a learning how to work with certain eyeshadows and things, and it takes time. So don't feel like you have to get it right out of the gate, because it took me a while to kind of figure out that balance of packing on the eyeshadow and blending it out to get it to where I like it. Not everyone likes their shadows the same as what I do with mine, and I think that's great. Because if we all liked the same things, or all did the same things, or all had the same love of certain things, it just would not be fun. The next shade I'm going to go into is going to be in the Afrique palette, and it's going to be that blue, that Côte d'Ivory, the French that Danielle cannot pronounce, because she somehow pronounces it more like it should be Spanish than anything. That's what, living in Arizona, that's what happens. So I'm going to go in, this is a much kind of denser fluffy brush, it's much more of a crease brush, and I'm going to go into the Côte d'Ivory shade here, and we're going to put this into our crease. We're actually going to kind of pack it into our crease and then use that brush that I used, this shade here, Anika, to kind of blend it all out. But I'm just going in with packing motions, and then we'll blend. This is a much brighter blue than the other one. The other one kind of reminds me of like a mix of like a sky blue and like a pastel blue. I mean, sky blue is kind of pastel, but I'm going with like a more gray pastel blue, I guess is what I'm thinking of. And then taking that other brush, and yes, if you guys can see, there is fallout. I do not recommend, when you pack shadow on like that, I highly recommend not doing your base first, because if you're like me, it's gonna be a hot mess by the time you're done and before the look is completely finished. Ooh, I like that. I mean, so far it's kind of looking like Mimi, but we're gonna go with it. Because anytime I wear blue eyeshadow, I automatically go, haha, you look like Mimi from Drew Carey. That's fine. You guys can think it too. It's not gonna offend me. I just kind of, I went ahead and went in with a makeup wipe to kind of clean that up because I don't want the blue to stain my face since it's probably gonna stain my eyelids anyway. Then I'm gonna go in with the Mohan shade, that purple. And I'm going to use a smaller kind of fluffy brush. This is the same size as like what I used for my crease. Sometimes I'll use like an angle brush. It really depends on kind of my mood when I'm doing this. And I'm just going in and packing it on because I want it to have a little bit of a purple hue. And I wouldn't say that this Mohan shade, after using several other kind of purples, is my absolute favorite. I've used better, but I do kind of like the tone of it, if that makes any sense. And yes, right now it looks messy and unblended, but we're gonna get to that blending point. I promise you guys, it's gonna get blended. I'm not gonna just leave it unblended. We're going in with that. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that first brush and just kind of lightly blend. It's not going to be like the most vibrant purple because that's the other thing. It kind of blends away. Even when you go in and you're just being so gentle. So with this, I'll be going back and forth and kind of blending it in the way that I want it, but I'm also going to be placing a little bit of the black shade in a minute from the Hasina palette to give it even more depth. So just keep that in mind. I thought about, when I first kind of decided on these shades, I thought about doing a cut crease, and then I was like, Danielle, you already have a video that's up with a cut crease, so I decided against that. And then I'm gonna go in and lightly blend. This is where my brushes become super stained. Okay, I think that's gonna be exactly kind of where I want it. Then I'm gonna go into Ash. And I'm taking this is one of the Luxie Mini tapered blending brushes. And I've used black on this already because it's completely stained. Because Danielle likes using super pigmented eyeshadows. And then I'm just lightly, I'm not going for like super intense black. I'm just kind of lightly like stippling it on almost. Just to kind of give it that depth. Sorry if my camera keeps going in and out of focus. I've been having trouble with that lately. Ooh, that's pretty. And then just to kind of keep everything cohesive, we're gonna use that brush that I took Anika on and just kind of blend everything together. Just so it's not like, boom, harsh. Okay, and after that, I'm gonna go into this Contono shade, Contono shade from the Afrique palette. And I'm gonna place that on the outer edge of my eye. Well, actually, I lied. I'm gonna place that completely on the whole lid of my eye wherever I don't have too much other shadow, because then I'm gonna go over the top of it with the Angelique shade. That's the plan anyway. Give it kind of a different vibe there. I'm gonna start kind of where the black and the purple meet at the rest of the eye, and then I'm just going to go right over it, just like that. We'll do this. Now we'll do the same to the other eye. And the way I'm blending towards my crease, it's almost kind of creating a faux cut crease there. I'm not gonna worry too much about the fallout just yet. Now I'm gonna go into the Angelique shade, and I'm going to place that over the top of that purple shimmer that I just placed down. And I'm gonna lightly go over it because I don't want it to completely cover that purple. I just kind of wanted to give it a bit more brightness towards the front of my eye. So it's kind of like light flicking motions. Nothing too firm, to just kind of have it give that kind of soft illusion of a lighter color towards the front. Okay, and since this is a very kind of like moody blue purpley eye, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put mascara on my upper lashes. And I'm using my It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, my absolute favorite mascara, you guys. And then after this, we'll go ahead and do the lower lash line and a lip of some kind. So now that my mascara is done, we're gonna go ahead and go in with this Inglot Gel Eyeliner. It's that blue. I dropped it so it like cracked. It's not even like dried out. I don't know, it was the weirdest kind of thing. And I know that this isn't really kind of as moody, but I kind of want to balance out the bottom with a little bit of a lighter kind of look. So we're gonna go ahead and place this into my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna go over it with a shade. Okay, and since that is on my lower lash line, we're gonna go ahead and go in with Anika and place that along my lashes. And then to brighten my inner corners, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Angelique shade here. This is one of my favorite inner corner highlighting shades. I don't know if you guys can see, but it does kind of quite the dip in it. And it's not just from this look, it's from a bunch of other things. Like I will dip into that palette even when I'm not filming and do different kind of looks. So I'm just gonna pop that right in there. Kind of brighten everything up. Then just to have some fun, I went ahead and grabbed the NYX Liquid Suede, and this is in Jet Set. It is a blue lipstick to kind of play with all the blues because it's been a long time since I've done like a bluey, purpley, monochromatic kind of look. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this on the lips. there you are, and there you have it. Here is the final look. It was so much fun to play with the Afrique palette and the Hastina 2 palette together, and I am so excited for this series. If you guys enjoyed this, like this look or anything like that, please give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos like this. I would really like to have you guys. I am trying to reach 1,500 subscribers by the end of the year, and I am just in awe of how many subscribers I have now. So thank you guys so much. I really do enjoy filming these videos and chatting with you guys in the comments and everything. Thank you. With that being said, I do hope that you have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!